Ladies and gentlemen, children of the interwebs out there, Sebastion, Envi, strongest top cinephile, your reigning defending SCW Cruiserweight champion, of course, coming at you, not from my home base, from Florida, where I am here with my camera, doing some camera-related things. So I missed a couple things as I was traveling yesterday. Reports coming out of CinemaCon dealing with Thunderbolts and Superman and Fantastic Four, which we'll get to in another video or two. One thing I want to geek about right this moment was first set pictures from Lanterns featuring Aaron Pierre as John Stewart, and we see him. And for me, it was a little bit underwhelming because he just was in some like prison-looking scrubs, loading a gun. Who knows what's going on? We have no context for the scene, of course. We know that Jon Stewart has a military past, so maybe this scene takes place before he gets his ring. Maybe the start of the show is when he gets his ring, because we know Hal Jordan is going to be the older, grizzled vet that is schooling the new Lantern Jon Stewart. But it's just, like, I wanted to be wowed a little bit more off top. And I know, again, set pictures, no context. We're just making assumptions and guessing and yada yada yada. So I mean, there's only so much of that we can do and should do. I understand, but and I want to trust the process, trust James Gunn. One thing that does bother me about it is how James Gunn has gone on record as saying that the show will have a very grounded, very believable, and very real tone. And that bothers me because I'm like, it's a comic book movie. What are we doing here, people? Lanterns got their rings from some funny looking aliens, and the rings give them the ability to form constructs of light in virtually any shape, form that they can think of, and they're powered purely based on their willpower. But we want things to be grounded and real. Like, it's just, comic book movies at this point in time should not be afraid to lean into the fact that they're comic book movies. We shouldn't need to like have like jump through these hoops to make it seem like this stuff could happen in the real world, because it's not happening in the real world, because it's happening in fucking comic books. Nothing wrong with leaning into it. Just tell a good story. Have some good acting, and like the rest will follow. Like, that's just all that we need to do. And it's just like they're afraid to do that. And that's just kind of irritating. So again, it's our first look at Aaron Pierre and Lanterns. It could be Aaron Pierre from virtually any other movie he's been in, Ruby Ridge or anything else. But it's what we got. And again, we can't assume too far into it. Could be pre-ring Jon Stewart. Could be current, like he got his ring taken away for some reason. Maybe they got hemmed up by some local yokels or something, because this is going to be some sort of grounded, middle of America, true detective like mystery thriller thing that just happens to have two dudes who have Green Lantern rings, which that like bothers me as well, because I'm like, are they doing this just so they can skimp out on the effects budget and keep things like small, so we're not going to see the lanterns, lanterning stuff all that often? I don't know. It just, again, I will trust the process. I will trust James Gunn and not be one of those dudes that like cast like harsh judgments with some out of context, pre post production, post edited stills. But I just wanted a little bit. I just wanted to see something cooler, I guess. Like, but I don't know. Remains to be seen what else they give us and just how the show turns out. I'm curious to see how it's going to turn out. Will they stick the landing, or will it ultimately fail and suck? Remains to be seen. We'll all find out together, as we always and often seem to do. But those are some of my thoughts on it, scattered as they often are. What do you guys out there think? Let me know in the comments below. Follow me on social media. Talk to me there. Talk to me here. Remember, fuck Nazis and Nazi sympathizers. And till next time, let us geek.